Oh my gosh, the Yes Man is back.
Yes Man. Yo, you gonna be there tomorrow? It's at 1 o'clock Central Time. You gonna be in the chat? You gonna be flashing them diamonds, letting them know that it's our tribe that showed up? Are you a fan of the Haunted Broadsword? Do you remember how she got that name?
Oh my, that one guy that said that her sound sucked fucking like 20 years ago. See you later.
Oh.
I don't know how she got the Haunted Broadsword. Yeah, that was...
Like, I remember the feeling of that moment, but for the life of me, I can't remember the topic. I believe I was in a hotel room.
What else is now?
Yeah, I don't know.
It feels Hitler's Dice era
Let me see.
to me.
I mean, that was episode 6.
There was a moment where we were just giving people nicknames.
Yeah.
Like, especially women. We were giving Mute Shannon, and she was the Haunted Broadsword. I guess there were so few women that were coming on the show that we would give them all a parting gift on the way out. Although I don't know if they were good nicknames. Maybe that's just bullying. We have a lot to reckon for in 2020.
I mean, luckily, nothing. The internet doesn't remember nothing.
Yeah.
No, sure. Yeah, that's the one thing the internet's known for is forgetting.
Oh, man.
Yeah, DCTVpedia doesn't quite say. Casey was on episode 38, 51. 51 is called The Haunted Broadsword Cares, but I don't know if you name it that because her nickname
After
was
she's
already...
already the Haunted Broadsword.
Right.
We probably should have mentioned... Yeah, that would have meant us explaining it, and we have no idea
know
how
what
we
it was.
named
Yeah.
her the Haunted Broadsword. So, yeah, fuck it.
Tell you what, man. Anthony, good sport.
He was great.
Good sport.
Yeah.
That dude fucking stayed up till past 3. The only other motherfucker that has stayed up
Like
past
4.
3 to be on this show is Will Harris, and he's usually fucking lit. So, like, the fact that...
He's on all those nugs.
Yeah, the fact that he's Anthony was on, like, God bless him for playing, being a good sport.
Even though I know we're doing our show for the thousands of people who are listening and watching or whatever, can't help but corner my eye, just constantly like, does he think this is funny? Is he having a good time? And he seemed to be
No,
having
he dug it. He dug it. Yeah.
All right, let's take a look at Showbot, nightattack.showbot.tv, for the show titles that have been posted by everyone using the Mangus command, including All's Well That Pooped Well,
Ball washer.
Ball Washer 69th
The
of his
moment we
name.
said the word Ball Washer 69, I was like, well,
Oh, that's Bryce.
you're
That's
either
Bryce.
with us or
Look,
no.
if you ever needed to know that Bryce is the fucking third part of our fucking, like, our triumvirate, like, just know that Bryce, in a moment where we have guests over, is just like walking in, he's serving the dinner, and he's just like, Ball Washer 69 made this. May I mention that Ball Washer 69 has been slaving over this. In case you hadn't heard, Ball Washer 69 is your chef.
Oh man, well here we are on the third question, and I'm sorry, these were all pre-written, and I'm definitely not selecting it right now.
Look,
would you rather pretend to poop yourself and then poop yourself? It was great. It was great. It was good.
All of it was great, and Bryce going into business for himself at the fucking very beginning and just making sure that we set the tone with Ball Washer 69 was in hindsight the correct move, because we were about to talk about shitting yourself. So if you're not cool with Ball Washer 69, then you're definitely not going to be cool with, hey, which situation would you be most comfortable shitting yourself?
we've also got I Wanna Fuck That Corpse attributed to
All right. Yeah.
you, sir, no, but I don't. I mean, I don't want to fuck a corpse, but
Ball Washer 69. That gets an upvote for me.
By the way, I Want to Fuck That Corpse, my least favorite of the early Beatles catalog.
So good you could smell it a midsummer night.
I see that corpse laying so stiff there.
I should have known. I should have fucking known.
Jeez, twice in one night. Our sneezes.
Like,
Caress
don't
that
alley
corpse.
anything you don't want. Oops. At the end of the day, right?
And he
Fingers through his hair.
Julius Caesar.
Go.
He's
end
only
it.
pretending to be cold because he's actually pooping.
To the chorus.
No, that's all you get.
He got
Fucking dick teeth.
Julius Caesar.
I wanna fuck that corpse.
Oh yeah. Julius Caesar diarrhea couldn't make it tonight. I like my name, says the guy who goes by his middle name. Cool. All right. Don't come out like that.
By the way, from Nut Scrubber 420.
Who stole it from Kuhan but credited him as well.
Oh, fucking the ejaculation from Poop Tempest. Just all caps. I fucking love this conversation.
Titus and Poopicus. A bearded Lexus.
Bearded Lexus is my favorite so far.
This dude got no butt.
Oh, man. It's only funny if you know it's a Sherlock Holmes book. Otherwise, it's like we're just
The game
judging.
is a butt.
Do you want to live in Australia? That was a great bit.
Gmail for dead people. I went clubbing, I took some drugs, and now I'm a wizard. Was that a specific reference that I was unfamiliar with?
No, that was just Anthony fucking projecting.
Then that goes straight to the top then. Like, I want him to see that title of the episode. Oh. Wait, there are 68 other ball washers out there.
The pipes are calling. Ah! All the men are going for the fights.
That's true. That's actually some real like life talk.
Brian the Rat, because I said I'm about to call the police.
Oh, APB, all Paw Patrol are bastards.
Oh, okay, what is that one? What is that one?
All right, so A cab is all cops are bastards.
Oh, got it. Okay, yep, I had heard it.
And that has had a moment now in our modern society. But for real, and I don't know how much of it was like, it was an outgrowth of a real conversation about a cop's portrayal in popular culture. But Chase, the cop amongst the like cop, fireman, EMT, Coast Guard of Paw Patrol.
Oh, got
the
it.
Dog children thing. There was like, who knows how satirical it started. It ended in a New York Times trend piece because fucking of course it did. That like Chase from Paw Patrol should be eliminated or like. All right, shout out,
real quick. On principle, you must upvote send booze.
Yeah,
Thank you.
exactly.
Yes. All right. Just real quick. My brother does a podcast called the Young Family Podcast. Him and his wife, my sister-in-law, talking about my little niece and nephew. It's very funny, especially if you have young kids. You need to listen to it, and you like this show. You need to listen to it. But
Play it for your kids.
there is an episode where they're talking about this story, and for whatever reason the way that they both say, because it clearly was just a tweet in whatever tweet thread that somebody should euthanize Chase from Paw Patrol, and They both just say it in such an indignant tone. I laughed about it for fucking days. I don't know. It was so fucked up. It's just one of those fucked up things where they both in this like thing for parents of young children are just saying like euthanize Chase. I was just, it was the funniest shit ever. So please support Young Family Podcast. But if you just want to give them downloads so you can hear them say euthanize Chase, then just go download it.
Ball washer, the 69th of his name.
Pretty good.
That's a good one. Really good
That's
one.
a good one.
I mean, I'm having a hard time.
Ball
What's
washer,
the
the
top?
69th of his name.
That is the top.
I'm gonna click on that one if it's in the feed.
Okay.
Ooh, but
So
what about the
close.
wizard one? What about the Antony line?
I went
I went
clubbing,
clubbing, I took some drugs, and now I'm a wizard. It's long.
And it'll be longer because it'll have two
Ball
names in
washer,
it.
69th of his name.
Yeah, you're right. Let's go with that.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Thank you to Kuhan and everyone. Kuhan. And everyone who uses the exclamation mark S command to submit show titles. I'm going to write an email and learn how to
Bang
talk.
ass. Oh my god. Man, I am exhausted. I mean, it was a very funny episode. Also, exhausted. So remember yesterday on Happy Hour, we were talking about how I slept poorly and then had to get up for an early appointment and barely made it and all that stuff.
Yes.
You would
Yes.
think that day is supposed to end with me going to bed early. Instead,
No.
it ended up with me proving.
What were you doing? What were you doing? What were you playing?
Showing the kids Fight Club till like past midnight, and then having a discussion about Fight Club, and then answering tweets about people who wanted to be weirdly aggressive about whether my daughter did or didn't like Cowboy Bebop, and vaguely threatening them that, hey man, I'm not going to tell you to delete that tweet. I'm just going to say that in 4 hours, Invisible Wife is going to be awake, and if I were you, I'd make sure
You got in a Twitter fight
I-
last
I-
night?
It was a casual. It's more than I should have done. I'm not proud.
I mean, I just want to let you know, man. These
I know.
streets are not. These
I know.
streets are not safe for like. All I'll say is this: if we all lived in the same city, and that city was named Twitter, and you had somebody double park your car in, now's not the time for you to get out there and start barking and arguing. You might just want to delay whatever appointment you have for another hour and just let things kind of work themselves out.
I am aware. I meant things as a playful thing, which is why I phrased it. Hey, as a friend, let me just remind you.
I just gotta say, Jackie Heard, fucking chat of the night. The first rule of Fight Club is to go to fucking bed already.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. No.
So wait, so you got into a thing.
It was only 3 exchanges, and it was very, very mild in the world of Twitter stuff. It was just like, it was basically a playful like, haha, man, as a friend, I just want to point out that you definitely just called my teenage daughter a whiner about her choice of anime that she likes, and you used all caps and shouted, and I mean, it's on the record. The whole world could see it. So, you know, as a friend, that's the thing you just did. And then he doubles down saying, you know, like,
I thought this was a free country.
Yes,
We're
okay.
all here to have a good thing that we're all talking about. Everybody is equally emotionally balanced in this perfect utopia where we all exchange perfectly balanced ideas.
to which I respond a version of, haha, man, I'm with you. If it were up to me, everything would be exactly the things you said. Anyway, at Invisible Wife, the mother of my daughter who you're shitting on,
You snitch tagged your fucking wife.
I said, I mean, she's going to be awake in 4 hours. I'm going to bed. Just seems to me like maybe that tweet should be deleted. good night. And then, all
right.
And then,
Can I?
But
Go.
He gives one more of how he's right. I do not engage. Somebody who is not me. I don't know if it's one of our tribe or whatever. But dude, one more time says he's right. Fucking the next tweet I see is just an animated GIF of somebody digging a grave. And then 10 minutes later, some version of, I don't know. I mean, if she can't handle it, whatever. I mean, I guess I'll delete it. And so then that's
so you won.
You
won.
But I shouldn't have given even an ounce of energy to any of it. And I recognize that, and I thought I was being playful, and I thought it was being received that way. And then I'm like, there came this moment. I'm like, motherfucker, do you want me to hit the retweet button on the thing that you said about my daughter? Don't make me do that. This is me.
By the way, that is my favorite way to corral, is when somebody gets touch
Sassy.
out of pocket, and you never go for the worst. You just go for the like 5 degrees out of pocket retweet answer.
Oh yeah.
And then
don't even answer.
No. I'll retweet, and then I'll very calmly, in like a very calm way,
Very
answer
cool guy.
everything, and then nature will take its course. Like the rest of whatever's going to happen is going to happen. But let me actually ask you this, and I will see how much I know the mind of Brian Brushwood.
Sure. We could also go back and look at it.
You at replying Bon on that is not you, like, to the outside, that is you saying, hey, this little girl's mom is going to wake up and she's going to be very upset. But in reality, it is Brian making a promise to himself that I'm going to have this handled before Bonnie wakes up, because at a certain point, it's going to become work for Brian to explain why this thing became a thing. And so that was your promise to yourself. This is going to be done in the next couple hours.
You're close.
Oh, okay. All right.
Are we talking?
I would say it's closer to me calmly wrapping tape around sticks of dynamite, putting the fuses together, take one last drag off the cigarette, and then just setting that fuse.
Oh wow! So you're like, hey, look, I don't give a fuck, man. You want to fuck with me? Like, me is not. I'll just feel bad, and I'll feel bad that I tweeted. You want some shit? Like, let me fucking explode a mom of 3 who fucking like also has artistic angst, like on top of it, like on Twitter, to just unleash fucking hellfire.
Texted today. 2 a.m. Yo, me to Bonnie. Yo, going to bed now. But when you wake up and find out that we watched Fight Club, please know that it was 1, well received by everyone, and 2, was specifically because Penny couldn't stop eye rolling at Faye Valentine's feminine archetype character. 3, so we explored a breakdown of the masculine archetype, literal breakdown. I love that moment when they sneer at a Calvin Klein ad and say, is that what a real man looks like? Anyway, there's a tweet thread where someone worded things poorly, and I finger wagged saying, oh, you better delete that before Bonnie wakes up. You don't even want to know what she'll do. And because he's almost certainly...
So you've texted her the tweets that you did tag her in the thread of. Okay. Good.
Yes,
Just
yes,
understand
yes.
it, because it helps.
Let him
It
go.
helps.
Let him go. Bryce, let him go.
I let her know that she's going to wake up to 2 things. Finding out that I showed the kids Fight Club, and that she's been tagged in a tweet thing. And because he's almost certainly 12, I'd love it if we just started a live thread scrapbook of pictures of Petty, a slideshow of kindness and love and joy that would just make him throw up his hands and say, fine, I'm sorry, I'm rude. Anyway, we watched Fight Club. My favorite part was when Penny said, I don't know, I guess we could watch the rest. And then I paused and I said, oh shit, maybe it'd be funner if we did a full-on Twitter play. and then I was like, or maybe we could use this as an excuse to do the I Love Lucy thing. Like, opening scene was with me and Justin. It's a super low stakes at any stakes. Just had a wonderful night with the girls. Wanted you to know. Bonnie, at 2:25 a.m. Today, stop texting.
I don't care. Unsubscribe. Stop. Good God. We love to see
Clip
it.
that and send it to Bonnie immediately. Clip that and send it to Bonnie at Invisible Wife. Fucking immediately.
So I was up later, and of course, you know, I can't possibly lay down and fall right asleep, and so it was even later than that, and so, oh God damn.
For the record, I was correct in my psychological modeling. I just didn't know how far you were going to go. Like, what I thought was you were trying to thread the stone needle, when indeed you were like, whatever, I'll just self-snitch before she wakes up. But in the process of self-snitching, you texted her 12 times, and she was like, I'm trying to sleep. Please stop texting me.
Yeah, basically, I sent her a text saying, like, hey, man, you're going to see a body looking like it needs a stabbing. Just before you stab, let me help you. Let's plan something. Maybe something fancy, like a double stab or a kung fu stab. Or Also, a class act to the guy who eventually pulled down the tweet.
Indeed.
I mean,
Indeed.
that was cool.
Good stuff.
Also,
I mean,
I'm the bad
in
guy in this story
humanity
for
list.
flexing.
No, I mean, no. Look,
I'm a less
me-
good guy than I should be in this story. How about that?
Twitter is fucking Mad Max. Like, there are no good guys. Like, there's literally just fucking violence and opinions. That's all that exists on Twitter. There is no morality. Like, there is no actual fucking worth in Twitter. Like, it is all just
It's a garbage
like,
fire.
raw
We
fucking
don't
id.
need it. We actually don't need
no. Oh no. Oh, we need it. It's very important.
I need this crack. It's not good for me, but I need this crackane.
Well, I mean,
What?
yes.
How's
yes.
this fire going to keep burning without all this garbage that we keep shoveling into it? It's got to burn something.
Much in the same way that we need sports so we don't go to war.
Yes.
Twitter, I feel, is my new evolved take on Twitter.
Now, just to be clear, do you have it on your phone?
Is it on your phone or not?
No.
Okay.
I
well,
don't.
Then just know
So
that,
maybe you're not really qualified to talk about with Twitter.
Sort of just chiming in a fan's opinion, if you will. Go
I
ahead.
have-
Fair weather tweeter.
Yeah. Man, I just love how fast the dynamic shifted.
Just a Christmas and Easter tweeter, you know.
I mean, I love Jesus. It's just, you know,
Not every
Sunday.
day.
I mean, I still consider myself a Christian, obviously, but like,
Sorry, you were saying it's yes.
I think the idea that Twitter exists now gives us in the real world the ability to say, oh, this isn't Twitter, right? We should act better than the behavior that happens.
Oh, that's interesting. So,
on this platform.
like, I've never expected ever, not even once, to catch two people playing chess in a mosh pit. I don't know why I would expect anything close to that on Twitter. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, all right.
I mean, it's not built for it. Like, literally, Twitter is Jack Allison, who's been on the show a bunch of times, like, has the best fucking description for it. It's the biggest web forum, and they decided to not have mods. Like, and it's like, if you've ever been on message boards, like, then you understand what happens when, like, literally, the fucking reason that Twitch, we are live streaming right now on Twitch. Like,
Are we?
Mixer went fucking down. Facebook gaming is fucking garbage. YouTube Live is a detriment for the biggest players that fucking want to use it. The reason why Twitch exists, they decided to make strong mod privileges.
Right.
That's it. When you say community, really what you're saying is you are allowing people to create like mod stuff. And then you
are able to set your own cultural standards and
Yes.
and what is and is not appropriate in your crowd, in your clubhouse. You have actual control and actual tools to enforce it.
And by the way, the largest version of this in message board form is Reddit, and we've seen what happens there. So it's not perfect, but at least it exists. Like Twitch, in terms of live chat, where people don't live, like mod privileges are enough to make it tolerable for many, right? Like you can create a world where people want to come. Twitter decided to create the biggest thing and say, nah, don't need them. Fuck them.
Badweave was doing some Googling. You know, I tried to Google this earlier and I couldn't quite find it, but he was able to find the WebMD page for when it's so cold you shit yourself. So,
yeah,
just a
there we
heads up.
go. Yeah, so there we go. When it's so cold, you shit yourself. It's on WebMD. I told y'all.
But all right, to be clear, the story involved pretending you were cold.
Because no one would believe it if it's not
got
real.
It. It's a real condition.
It's a real condition.
All right, fair enough.
Fuck. Oh my God. A science denier over here.
Look, a flat pooper.
My God. Bryce, the MVP of this fucking
Constantly
episode.
judging the shape of my ass. Like, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get to the gym. They're all closed. I got a flat pooper. I can't help it.
Oh, it just hit Justin.
Got me right here.
Ain't got no butt. I have a high profile investigative journalist trying to find out what happened to it, okay?
Oh my God. I have
Sherlock.
no idea why this fucking memory just came to me. But in elementary school, I knew a kid whose uncle
Worked at
Was,
Nintendo.
was
Nintendo.
a commercial. No, because when I said it got me right here, I remembered that there was a kid who fucking, like, his uncle was in a commercial where it was for a steak sauce, and he was the guy, he was the star of the commercial. And this kid was bragging about it.
Slow down, tell all of us slower. 'Cause,
All right.
I'm afraid, like if you keep talking, like it's gonna end and then it'll be over with.
All right.
Elementary school, your dad.
Elementary school,
Your
Hollywood
friend's
Hills Elementary School. Not a friend, because I made fun of him relentlessly for this. He was bragging about how his uncle was in, and God, if I remember the steak sauce, somebody might be able to find the fucking ad, where this guy goes, it gets you right here, pointing like under his cheeks, and right here, pointing to his throat, like about where the spice. It's one of those like testimonials
sure,
where
sure,
people
sure,
are
sure.
like describing
like that, like the roller coaster ride. They're like, and then you turn upside down, and then the javelins, they get you right here. It's great.
and so maybe I don't know whether or not he was a fake chef or like he's like explaining why it's great, but all I know is to this fucking day as a 37-year-old man that this fucking child
All right.
in Broward.
Are you ready for this?
Oh my God!
So, A1's bold and spicy.
They get you here. They get you right here. They get you here. They get you right here. They get you here.
Oh,
They
it's
get
a
you right
loop.
here. They get you here.
Oh, we couldn't have asked for anything better. Shout outs to Thermos Jack and Rye Guy.
Oh my God! All of a sudden, my crime of responding to a tweet seems so minor compared to what we're doing right now. It's like I was doing some heavy petting, and now we're in a like.
They get you here. They get you here. They get you right here.
So this fucking kid
They get you here.
The poor nephew of It Gets You Here, It Gets You Right Here guy was bragging about like his connection to fame, and literally all it earned him was mockery of whenever anything would happen that was bad. People would just say, "Hey, it gets you here, it gets you right here."
If I can just
Get us here, get us right here.
They get you right here. They get you here. They get you right here. They get you here. They get you right here. They get you here. They get you right here. They get you here. They get you right here. They get you here. They get you right here. They get
okay, I don't know, work something. Oh my god.
It's an hour of it.
Some of the comments include, "I've been saying this for the last 20 years." Me and my sister use this line for everything.
Oh.
Oh my God! Thank God it exists, and I wasn't just on a fucking island. No, so I fucking Hollywood Hills Elementary. I made fun of, and then also
Wow.
he was apparently that guy. That guy was also.
Can that
in
just be
a
our default review of everything ever? Every video game,
It
every
gets
movie.
you here. It gets you right here.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, you were.
I think he was also in as an extra the movie Bullets Over Broadway, and he's in the trailer, and he goes like he's a waiter, and he goes whoa as he like turns around, because the other thing that we made fun of this kid for whenever like he would do something, it would either be gets you here, gets you right here, or whoa.
I would love to believe that his part in Bullets Over Broadway was to get shot. He was like I'm a doctor. Just show me, because he got me here. He got me right
Get
here.
me right here.
Those are the only lines. He's now typecast. And he's just like, "Doctor, I understand I have cancer. Would you like to explain to me exactly? It's here. You got you right here."
Spider Bite pointing out that indeed, 3 decades later, all that bullying paid off. I finally got to trade it in for money.
No.
No, if somebody can find the Bullets Over Broadway fucking trailer, I think it was in. It might have been either the trailer or the
Man,
commercial.
you
But
were-
there's a
God.
waiter that goes, "Whoa!"
I want to time travel and warn anybody who wants to fuck with you as a kid. Like, no, you don't understand.
Oh, no, I'm
25
remembering
years from
everything.
now, he will be digging up this shit and broadcasting it.
And he will have the intervening years to make it funny and have an audience that is very, very capable of sharing everything.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
It gets you here. It gets you right here.
Just skimming through it, I don't see a waiter
Going whoa.
going whoa
All
in the
right.
trailer, but
Well,
maybe if someone can
I'm
find
sure
it.
somebody might find in.
It's in here. It gets
It
you
might
right.
not be Bullets Over Broadway. It might be another thing that has Broadway
You're thinking of
in
the
it.
A1 steak sauce commercial where he says,
No, wait,
"Gets
hold
you
on.
here, gets you right here."
Is there a movie about a radio drama? It's Bullets Over Broadway isn't a movie about a radio drama. Then
Radio
It might
something
be in-
murders or
Radioland Murders. Maybe it's Radioland Murders.
type in "gets you here, it gets you right
Yeah.
here."
Yeah.
The movie.
Track down the fucking "it gets you here,
and
it gets
add
you
in,
right here" guy.
Whoa. Radioland Murders?
Let's see. I'm skimming through.
Yeah.
Look, we don't need to find the guy going whoa, but I mean, if we found, I'm only
I mean, we
emboldened
can't-
because
why-
we
why would
found
we
so
believe
quickly.
you?
It gets you here, it gets you right here, guy.
Name one.
Radio Days, maybe it's Radio Days. It might be Radio Days.
Okay, but this is the last
Well,
trailer.
I don't know, but people who are not Bryce can look and see if there's a
People
waiter
look-
going.
No,
"Whoa."
Bryce, yeah. You don't need to do it. You don't need to do it.
I mean,
No. Bryce, hold on.
okay.
Wait a minute. Can we just have a conversation about the flow here?
And where it gets you?
I yell things. They look for it
Yeah.
in the chat. You look at the link they give. So you
Wait
don't
a
have to
minute.
worry until they give the link.
Justin, this story, this
I just
thread,
don't have a-
I just realized the reason we're having this conversation is because you leaned back, held your chest, and said, "Here, you got me
Yes.
right here."
No,
You
that's what
got
I'm
me here.
saying.
No, literally,
Okay.
that's what happened. You fucking told a joke so funny, I felt punctured.
It gets you here.
And I
It gets
said,
you
it got
right
me
here.
right here.
It
And then
gets
I remembered this whole thing about this kid we bullied in
I was
elementary school.
I was waiting to hear about how my story related to the A1 thing, and then or my joke or
No.
whatever. But then it
No.
was yes, I get it. I'm with you.
Literally just I did a hand to my chest and I was like, oh,
Here.
you got me
You
here.
got me right here.
And then I was like, get me here. Gets me here. Gets me right here.
Oh,
This is a dumb show.
It's great. It's the best thing. Stop texting.
so I do want to give a little taste of one of the other Cogswell things. So after he made that ringtone of the science ringtone, I went, "Oh man, that should be the fucking new Skype ringtone." And then he made me this. So you can get the MP3 of that in the Diamond Lounge on Discord if you're a patron or a subscriber on Twitch.
Wait a minute. Can you actually change
Your Skype ringtone.
the Skype
maybe
ringtone?
Why not? Yeah.
Maybe in Windows, because Windows uses some of the
The
Yeah.
files, yeah.
Yeah.
some of that within the actual sound settings. So it's possible.
Or wait, you might be able to dig into that directory and just rename that file what the fucking sound file's name.
I'm
very
gonna,
plausible.
yeah, I mean, you can even replace like the default Windows, animation and picture on loading or shutdown or whatever. So
Sure. See you in a sec, just.
you just got to know what that is.
It would not be crazy if you Googled change Skype ringtone and there was a very easy way to do it. But so yeah, MP3s of those plus an M4A if you want the original science stuff.
Man,
Pinned in the
remember
Diamond Lounge.
30 minutes ago when I said I was exhausted?
I do kind of
And
remember
then,
that.
and then we laughed so much more. We had so much more to laugh about.
Tell you what, a little food review. This is your fave brand of White Claw, the lime.
When
Or do you have a better flavor of White Claw that you like?
Okay.
I'm asking because I'm about to give my impressions on it, and I'm just trying to set up the scene.
I mean, okay.
Uh-oh.
Saying, you holding up lime White Claw and saying this is your favorite flavor of White Claw is a bit like calling out my favorite member of NSYNC. And like, I mean, I suppose if I was going to admit in public that I listen to NSYNC, by default, there would have to be.
Before
Look, I'm not proud about it. I mean,
Okay.
sometimes it's a jam. But you're saying.
I was about to say, I understand why you would like this because this tastes like a mixed drink with lime.
Yeah, right.
Except without the alcohol. You don't taste the alcohol.
Only at the very back end. Like on the upfront, it's almost like
I mean, it's club soda and lime. I mean,
right. Yeah.
Right. So I totally get why this would be your JC Chazet.
Joey Fatone. Wait, was he in
Fatone! That shows how much you're a big fan of Joey Fatone. Fatone, Justin, this MFer said Joey Fatone.
Yeah. I'm a fake fan.
You're fake.
Now you
You're
know.
Backstreet. You know, I was a Backstreet
Wait, what
Boys
happened?
fan.
Wait, they weren't even in sync? I thought the Backstreet Boys was in sync.
No, they were different. They were actually very rival.
No, it was the in sync was the Backstreet Boys and 98 Degrees, Queen.
That's right. Brian May was a big member of
And
The
and
Baha Men.
the Bahaman.
and the Temptations.
Yep.
There are the Temptations in there too.
And
Brian Joey Fatone was the leader of all of them.
yeah, man.
Hey, by the way, here, this is actually a
Oh,
thing
and
I
ABBA.
should have I should have shouted out on Weird Things or wherever we actually still do like picks. I rewatched Walk Hard.
Oh, the Dewey's
The Dewey Cox
yeah.
story.
I've heard nothing but great things, and that the soundtrack is amazing and really good.
If you've never watched it, watch it. It's fucking great, especially like if you still remember that run of like music biopics that happened in the aughts. It is very like specific to some of the tropes that are there. But there like is a commitment to visual or throwaway gags in that movie that is like airplane level, like admirable in terms of like they're just doing a fucking like so there's
the
like
the level of effort for a thing that almost certainly will be missed by 98% of the audience.
So there's a moment at the end of the movie where Dewey Cox, who spends the entirety of the movie looking at a wall with one hand on the wall, thinking about his entire life before he goes on stage, as he is now realizing that he has to avoid all the temptations that he has seen in his life. He sees people doing drugs and avoids it. He sees like young women throwing themselves at him and he avoids it. And then he sees I got sunshine. And he's like, the Temptations, and runs away. And it is like, it's so dumb. The movie's so well. If it were in a dumber movie, you'd be like, this is dumb with dumb. But it's in such a well-constructed movie, and they actually booked whoever's fucking calling themselves the Temptations these days.
Because that you mean they went all the way down to the Las Vegas Strip, and they went shopping from Temptations to Temptations Lounge.
They booked somebody that said, "We're the Temptations," and obviously, you know that they were the guys because they're fat. So like they're not like they didn't cast actors to act like the Temptations. They got whoever was there. So at least they got them a payday.
You know, funny fact.
I don't know. It delighted me.
The bit was originally written for Bachman Turner Overdrive, and they hired the Temptations because they were less expensive. And then they said, okay, you're going to pretend to be Bachman Turner Overdrive. And then they said, well, why don't we just be the Temptations? And then they did. Never mind. Sorry. I thought it was funnier when I started. It was funnier up here. Right here. It gets you up right here.
Bachman Turner Overdrive is a very funny name.
Right here.
Wait a minute. I say it, I get nothing. Justin repeats it in appreciation. Suddenly it's the funniest. This fucking guy.
If you did the hands thing, I didn't see it.
This is Andrew. This is Andrew's problem with me. If I have one never resolvable problem with Andrew Main, is that Andrew Main's contention is that for whatever reason I have a tone of voice that I can just repeat shit that other people say and it's immediately funny. I just have a tone of voice that makes people laugh and it annoys fucking Maine.
Those WebMD articles.
The magic of steak sauces. What turns an ordinary ordinary lean steak into a flavored pack entree? What transforms a plain chicken breast to an urban? Wow, WebMD.
All right, hold on. I'm tweeting out. It gets you right
Does
here.
Does WebMD actually have a page on marinades? Marinade magic. This is at the bottom of the page, Brian. Marinade magic requires 3 things. This is real?
Please be real.
How did
please be real? Please be real.
What the fuck? Bad weave. Please help a brother out.
I mean, is WebMD like a Wikipedia thing? You can just say whatever health thing you want on it? Oh, we have like WebMD vandals running around. Like lymphoma, it gets you here, it gets you right here.
Make things XYZ says it's called inspect element edit source. Nah, man, look at the. You think he spent this? Like, there's a list. They got a list in here. They put a lot of text in here. I don't know. They even added the food and. Oh my god. Okay. Oh fuck. Oh
Wait,
my god.
Sunbun says it's real.
Oh, it is real.
Wait.
The magic of marinades.
On WebMD. Okay, so they only added the picture.
but not the picture.
Not the picture, not the headline and the subheader.
Oh my God, still good.
Fuck,
Still a win.
That's even better.
Oh.
That's actually even better. Fuck.
You guys are fucking unreal.
Oh,
Please,
shit. Oh,
every night before I go to bed, I pray to Sherlock Holmes, let me never disappoint chat realm.
Please let me grow a butt.
God almighty, please, Yahweh, please give me a
Solve
butt.
the mystery of where mine went.
Please give me a butt. I'm the man with a flat pooper. And titties.
And titties. People have written a lot in this doc, by the way. A surprising amount of doc has been written. Just if you could,
By the way, we will go to print with every fucking word of this if it gets organized.
as long
If it
as
gets
Sherlock Holmes
fucking
does not
organized-
care about Watson, as long
Yeah.
as he doesn't care about
Sherlock
Watson, we'll
Holmes-
post it.
Sherlock Holmes has to be a piece of shit the entire time,
Wait,
and he can't care about Watson.
Did Sir Arthur Conan Doyle like have a list of 13 rules about Sherlock Holmes, kind of like the Roadrunner, where he's just like, rule 1 is he's always high, whether it's acknowledged or not. 2, fuck Watson. No, seriously, fuck that guy.
Watson sucks dicks. He's the worst. But don't have him really suck dicks because we're not there yet with the character. But also, fuck him.
Number 3, ghosts are real. That's not in the books, but fuck Houdini, am I right?
Yeah. Number 5.
Still
Make it-
alive.
Still alive. Number 6. No disassemble. Don't know what this is for. Maybe later.
If I could just read the first 3 lines
Yes, please.
of chapter 1, The Man with the
Give us
Missing
some
Butt.
dramatic music to
Oh,
as a
yes.
bed, because we need to treat this with a solemnness.
Yeah, let me Google old-timey English music.
Oh yeah, let's set the scene. Bring yourselves. Hello, Governor. Welcome to old Victorian London. Why, I got a tale for you about an old gumshoe named Sherlock Holmes.
Thank you for listening to BBC 12. Coming up next, the amazing erotic tale of Sherlock Holmes and the man who had no butt. Later, EastEnders.
Chapter 1, The Man with the Missing Butt. Egads, my butt! Exclaimed Poopa McPoopington. This dude got no butt, pronounced Watson with quixotic fascination.
Quixotic.
No, I think it's quixotic. Also titties, observed Watson as he gazed at McPoopington's ample man bosom. Holmes took careful observation of the situation and then of the missing nether region of poor Mr. McPoopington. His prosthetic replacement ass was his greatest treasure, made of pure gold. And now it was gone.
This is the greatest show that's ever existed. No one's ever made a greater show. Fuck you, Howard Stern. Fuck you, everybody else that's come before or after us. This is it. It's the pinnacle of comedy.
Oh, fuck, man. Fuck.
Oh.
Good stuff.
No, for real, we will publish this book.
Yeah.
It was just, yeah.
Keep fucking writing it. We will publish this book.
Oh.
Like,
my God.
honestly, I will pay for it to be sent to a professional editor. If
Hey, we
you
only have
give
two
us
rules.
raw shit.
No slurs, and he can't be emotional. He can't have
And yes,
he knows sympathy.
no slurs, and he is not emotionally attached to Watson.
All right, hold on.
Although, you want to know what? Make him the most emotionally attached to Watson, because like us getting in trouble with the fucking family of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle is the only way to make this funnier.
Okay.
It's like the fact that they would have to have a barrister fucking write sir or madam, your tome, The Man with No Butt, a Sherlock Holmes mystery, infringes on the property that we have full ownership of.
I gotta get my stand in.
Oh.
Oh my god. Yeah, this chapter 1
Bury him with his golden butt.
is so good.
It continues.
Oh no.
And this is a genuine author writing this. Suddenly, an ear-shattering crash from the front door startled the friends and caused John to pump his feet. "What the?" the doctor exclaimed, picking himself up from his chair and reaching for the gun which he had purposefully left beside his easy chair in the evening. The front door was nearly torn from its hinges by a man in oilskin traveling cloak. He ran as if his life depended upon it. Through the foyer and burst through the sitting room door without knocking, throwing Sherlock and his companion into a panicked, startled scramble to escape. "Good heavens, man, what do you want?" "Do you realize what you've done?" Watson asked, furious. "Gentlemen, I'm afraid the utmost emergency has necessitated my intrusion. I am a Sign Lord of the Order of the Golden Dragons. I believe we are in great danger of a very evil, insidious attack, and I require your assistance at once," the tall, olive-skinned man said as he collapsed into a chair in front of the fire. Hold on. A great gale of laughter blew from the foggy mouth of Holmes.
From the foggy mouth! That's fucking such a picture with words!
Guess what he says? He says, "Ha ha! What in the world is a Psy Lord?" Like it calls out its own nonsense. I guess that's the end of the chapter.
They're still working on it. They've also got the untold, quote unquote, untold adventures of Sherlock Holmes from the makers of the Diamond Club, based on characters by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Sir Arthur,
no,
whatever. Who cares? Fuck it. No one cares.
We're saying the untold adventures of Sherlock Holmes. We're using it because public domain grants us that right. We're going to ruin public domain for everybody when we make this a hit. Here's what's happening. Official. This is now beyond just a one-night bit. If y'all want to fucking make this a thing, everyone writes their own chapter. Collaborate as you want, right? But we will pick the best chapters. We will fucking send it to a professional line editor to fucking make sure shit is fucking clean, and we will put it up and we will make it a fucking thing. We will make Sherlock Holmes the #1 fucking book on Amazon.
Hey, I'm working with a co-author on my chapter who may or may not be a human. What in the world is a Psy Lord? John's grim visage and protruding brow let the young man know the gravity of the vernacular in his current situation.
Okay. All right.
If you please, sir. My name is Farzan, son of Shahrazad from the great and eternal dynasty of the Ming Empire. I am a student of the art of Kung Fu.
Oh, no.
I have been traveling to the West in search of the final arts of the yellow arts.
Oh, no.
Okay.
You did not get that. Stop.
You know,
Control W.
we had two rules. We had two rules. And Brian, I'm going to say, even in this late hour, we're done talking about your collaborator.
Oh goodness gracious! So, check out the what was the diamond time for that? YOLO420.com/Sherlock is an audible way to get there. Oh man.
All I'll say is this: the last time that we pumped some shit up, like, it was in a moment where that mattered. I can definitely see Sherlock Holmes is at the top of the charts again, but you'll never guess why.
All right. You got to stop the stream
not.
so I can keep reading
we're
the rest
gonna-
of this.
Do
Okay.
not read anymore.
Thank you,
I'm not reading
everybody who
anymore.
tuned in. Great night. Thank you, Casey and Anthony.
Love you guys.
Bit.ly/crossover point. Thank you guys so much. They'll do happy hour and a bunch of other stuff. Friday, Friday, the finale of Life is Strange on Friday. The teaser showed them at the border wall. So we'll see if they make it to Mexico or not. Everybody, I hope you have a good
Thank you,
rest of
Ball
your week.
Washer, 69th.
Thank
of his
you,
name.
Ball
Oh,
Washer.
by the way, on the way out, you know what this month is?
June, Pride Month. Or in
July. Well,
July.
now you're going to make me dismiss Pride Month, which I don't want to.
Don't worry, everyone else.
No, just deny it. Go ahead. Pretend it didn't happen.
That is a complicated landmine that I'm not even going to. I'm going to whistle my way past that. July, when our feature film debut
Oh, shit.
That's right.
Yes.
happens.
What is it called now? Prison over.
Tijuana Jackson. Tijuana Jackson is the name of the movie. It's got another subtitle to it.
Logic
but-
over prison or reason over prison, something like that.
Yeah. We assume that we are still in it. I guess I could text Romney and find out. But we'll have to figure out if we're all going to watch it together or have like a live tweet or something like that. Because we want to, no matter what, we want to support Romney. And either Romney should be on the show to promote it or and show our scene if we're not in it, or if we are in it, then
maybe
we'll
just-
all wait.
Yeah, maybe he could just show up in character.
Maybe Tijuana Jackson shows up again because we were on that shit fucking early.
we were very early on that.
I think we had Romney on before we had Tijuana. We
yeah,
had the other way
correct.
around.
Yeah.
We had
that's right.
Tijuana on before we had Romney on.
Man, we kayfabed our way through that whole shit. That was so great to see people like, the fuck is happening? It was amazing.
Purpose over prison is the new subtitle. That's it. Purpose over prison.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Well, have a good one.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Gets you right here and right here.
Quit running your mouth, you better bust it.